Welcome to So You, I'm Tim.
What's going on, you guys? I'm Elle.
And so you watch Succession Season 2.
Season 2, baby.
Man.
4 on the floor. 4 on the floor. Quick game.
Man. God damn, this show
What
is...
a-
This show might be my favorite show right now.
Right? I'm obsessed. I'm almost about to go watch the first season again.
Dude.
Just to rewatch the second season again.
I love it. We only have time like that, and I would do it.
In a heartbeat.
Sorry, man. Every time we start an episode, the pod pup gets in it, man. She gets in a mood.
She's like, are you guys trying to do something?
We gotta get better at not interrupting the pod.
No, but for the pup, though, man.
That is true for the pup.
For the pup.
Listen,
Yeah.
before we dive into what is the most amazing fucking show on TV right now,
I'm refraining.
shut your fucking mouth, anyone else who disagrees.
Whew.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah.
I haven't had feelings like this since I watched Newsroom. I'm not kidding. We mentioned it on season 1, but, like, seriously, there's something about, like, that show that just made me feel incredible.
HBO knows, man.
Like, they fucking...
They get it together.
They hit you. Before we dive in, I had a thought.
Is this a fully baked thought or a half baked thought?
Man,
this time?
it's one of them. Listen.
I don't remember what Tim's thought. It's a full jingle that time.
Well, the last jingle was about a question.
Mm.
We hadn't done a jingle for a thought until our last pod, which we kind of did a half-ass jingle because it was a half thought. Half thoughts don't get full jingles. We don't waste energy on that.
Don't waste energy on that.
Yeah. If you can take
There's
anything,
a lesson in that from life right there.
if you can take anything from our podcast, just
Yeah.
know that don't put your energy into half-ass things. You know what I mean?
And keep in mind, if people are half-assing you, don't put your time into them.
Yeah.
Also applies.
Also applies.
Yep.
So
Okay.
last Sunday,
Last Sunday.
which was technically this Sunday, if you start your week on
Okay.
if you
Tim,
start your week on a
let's-
Sunday.
Okay.
I'm
yep. Mm-hmm.
calendar's a construct.
Damn it. Anyways. Time, Tim. What you got?
All right. And listen, we keep in communication kind of frequently, but it's mostly like ideas.
Short bursts.
Yeah, it's very like idea forward. It's like, hey, we should do this. We should
Yes.
try this because we
Yes.
got a couple things going on. All right,
Yeah. We're
We
busy
got-
individuals.
yeah.
We got
Listen,
stuff
we
going
got
on.
this. We got another thing. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole.
We got a
it's thing.
whole fucking
Understand it's a thing.
smorgasbord of shit going on.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that word. That was nice. That was a $1 word right there.
And so whenever we mess each other, it's not like personal things.
No.
So we finally meet up once a week to like we have like 20 minutes of like personal bullshit, and then we start talking about other stuff.
It's nice though.
Yeah, no,
a
it's
nice
great.
little ratio. Yeah.
So
Enjoy that time.
when something happens to me in the week, I have to just kind of hold it. Cuz something that I do is I also write a blog weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm writing most days, not even for the blog. Sometimes just write just to like, it keeps it pacing. And then I also record my
It's good you're doing
thoughts
that, yeah.
Daily. I never miss a day on my thoughts. I might miss
That's
a day
awesome.
on writing, but I never miss a day to
No, that's
record a
good,
thought. Because here's the thing that if you didn't know, Jerry Seinfeld, Stephen King, some of these guys who
Might
really
be familiar with them.
who really
Maybe.
especially in their heyday. I mean, Stephen King still writes like a motherfucker, but like when Seinfeld was like doing his comedy, the big thing that he did was write a joke every single day.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And it's not because every joke that he wrote was a fucking success.
Right.
It's just that it was a never miss a day to do it type thing.
You're in the practice of it, getting the habit
And so
of
I
that,
always record a thought because to me these thoughts are my little bits. They're my little thing that we put at the front. And so I just record every day, and I have a log of all the shit. And so when something happens to me that I really like and I record it, I just kind of have to hold it. Because I want authenticity here.
Sure. No, I appreciate that. I'm sure that you too.
So,
So,
Sunday.
Sunday.
I had to work. I work on Sundays. It's a short day. I get off at 3.
Not bad. Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't want to do it.
Sure.
Last Sunday, I just didn't. We had a late night recording.
We had a very late night recording that night. Yeah.
We've had a couple weeks. You know what I mean? I feel like we've had a couple weeks. We've been like fucking slammed at work.
We're still adults.
Yeah, we've both been slammed at work. We're both dealing with our own like personal shit on top of trying to like fit in us binging shit. And we're not not like
No complaints,
not
for
to
sure.
complain
But
because
to
it's
put in perspective.
because it's fun.
Yes.
You know, I
Yes, it is.
revel in the moment of like sitting down and watching the thing we want to talk about, or you know, finally getting to sit down and talk about the things that we have
Absolutely.
watched. It's incredible and it's fun.
Yes.
But I will say that it does lead to moments where you're really tired. And so, yeah, Sunday I was tired. You know, we went until like 2 a.m. and I was exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1:30 or something like that. I don't know. And I wake up at 6.
Yeah.
Every morning. I think I woke up at like 6.
So early.
I think
Yeah.
I woke up at 6:30 that morning just because I needed that extra time. But for the most part, I wake up on time. And I got to work. I just wasn't in the mood to be at work.
Been there.
Right. And so I get off. It's Sunday. Traffic's light.
Nice.
And as I'm going home, I'm like in the second from the right lane, approaching my exit.
All right, so we're cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost there.
I'm not too far out. I'm close enough to, you know, make that switch right when I need to.
Right.
All of a sudden, I get like a mile out and the whole fucking exit's backed up.
Oh, fuck.
And I couldn't get in. I stopped. I like slowed down to try and get in. No one was letting me in. And so I just kind of kept going. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just exit on Smyrna. I don't know.
Just
Come back,
around.
whatever.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
that long. Who cares? They closed the fucking exit.
Oh, no.
So they did close one exit, but they also closed 2 lanes on a Sunday. So
So
I'm like,
Traffic's already backed up
it
now at this
literally, I was already on the road for 30 minutes. It added 30 more
point.
minutes.
Oh, no.
When I tell
Oh, no.
you that I have never in my life, listen, I have fought my brother
Yeah.
fist fights. I've been thrown through a fucking wall by him.
Fuck.
I have gotten into screaming matches with conflicted emotions with a person.
Yeah.
We all have those people.
We all do. Yes, we do.
And you know what? Thank God, because they help you grow as an individual. And I think you should revel and cherish having dynamics like that.
Yeah.
Take that as a note as well. Don't ever be angry at a fucking off and on thing that you've had. Just try and grow from it and move on.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Yeah, never be
That's good,
angry
yeah.
at that
Yeah.
stuff.
That's a good
Eh, eh,
perspective, man.
And I've been, you know, screaming match. I've been in that fury and that
Mhm.
rage. I have never, ever in my life been so fucking mad than missing that exit. I had already I had a day. I
You
was
already had a
done.
day. You're already tired.
Work was
yeah.
pretty busy randomly on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my clothes went a little long. I was just mad.
Mm-hmm.
I was just fucking angry. I was primed.
Mm-hmm.
Even my easy jaunt home, just small things were getting at me.
Yeah. Definitely been there.
And so all of a sudden, 30 minutes gets tacked onto my drive.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
We say here's the thing a lot.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Listen, we say that a lot, and I told Brenna we were going to make a political news podcast called Here's the Thing.
That's not a bad idea, dude.
And no, here's the thing. I was so because it's hard to put it in perspective. I'm like, yeah, I got really mad, and people are like, oh yeah, road rage, whatever. No.
No.
No,
This
no.
is
I
legitimately pissed.
I literally turned my music. I usually don't jam my music like super loud. I turned my music just up, loud, not because I was like, yeah, I'm going to rage to this song, just because I needed noise to cancel out my negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to drive my car into a
Fair enough.
fucking ravine. I was so angry.
How Kendall Roy of you.
I yelled. I mean, yelled. Primal, guttural yelling like 7 or 8 times.
Oh,
I did not
shit.
have a voice for 2.5 days. When I'm telling you, this rage
Holy shit, my guy.
took me over.
It took over.
I
You
was
went full
not
caveman with that.
I was not there.
No.
I was so fucking
Invasion of the Body Snatchers right
I
there,
was
man.
so beside myself. I just could not. I couldn't clear. I kept seeing the time, and I just couldn't. I don't need the fucking GPS because I know where I'm going. But
No,
I
but
was have it
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I could not clear, and so I turned the fucking music up, and I like was fucking yelling, and I just was so pissed. I lost it.
Yeah.
Like I
no, it
never,
sounds like
I had
it.
never lost that much of myself in a rage before. And again, fights and whatever, none of it equated to any of that. And I don't know. I was blown away.
No.
The next day I was blown away. And
You're
that's
like,
when
how
I didn't
fuck-
even record it that day. I recorded it the day after.
Oh, that's how pissed you were.
Yeah, I recorded the day after. I was pissed and I felt bad. Brennan came home that night and I was just
You were still pissed.
I was mad.
You were still pissed
I
that
was
day.
mad for the rest of the day
Yeah.
over nothing.
No.
No one cut me off. It was just backed up, so I couldn't get in. I didn't want to be that prick that like stopped another lane
Just
trying to
try and get over.
squeeze in. And
Yeah.
I should have gotten over soon. It was on me. I was just fucking mad. I just wanted to be home. I wanted to be with my dog. I wanted to just be done. Like I
No,
wanted my day to
that's-
be over.
Yeah. That's.
And all of a sudden 30 extra minutes got tacked on
that's
and
a
it
very human
ruined my
reaction.
whole rhythm.
Yeah. Just fucked up your whole day.
Yeah, I
That
don't
was me
know.
last Saturday, yeah.
Man, I really did just like,
I mean, you were hoarse for like 2 days after. That's a whole other level right there.
yeah.
No, but when you're tired and then you've worked all day and you're just ready to be home, and then all of a sudden you're not.
Yeah.
Something fucks that up. That's a real thing. That's a real emotion right there.
Yeah, it was wild. It was
You
wild.
just went full caveman.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you feel better afterwards?
actually-
That Monday, did you feel better? Or
I'm also going to say this. I've screamed like that before.
Yeah.
Not like that many times in a row.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Fair
lot.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you do it, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
Your diaphragm is literally like it's your diaphragm, your fucking
And
serratus, your serratus minor, your serratus major, like they are all like assisting your lungs in that adventure. That's what we'll call it to make myself feel better. No, I mean, like, if you haven't ever just like yelled, and I mean yell like something really fucking awful is happening to
Mhm.
you haven't lived. Seriously, you haven't. I mean, there's an energy behind that. I don't mean like yelling when your sport team does well. Also, sorry for any banging you hear. I don't know what the dog is doing. She's losing it. Yeah, I don't mean like just yelling for like when your sports team does
this is like an
well.
internal like.
No, like it comes from a place that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Anatomically, it's not real.
No, that's fair.
it comes from
There's no
chakras.
real word. Damn it, Tim. It's that extra shocker you don't know about. That's where that rage feels. No,
Yeah.
but that's
So I just I don't know.
wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that type of rage I felt.
That is a pretty intense. I mean, I wasn't there, and I feel how upset you were
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
it's nuts.
It was wild. I'll do it again sometime. No, I
I had
don't.
a great rip. That was fun.
I don't want to do that again.
Don't do that again.
Secession season 2.
I'm gonna refrain from doing the intro song, but just
Still
know.
fire.
It is okay. I don't care what anyone says. Man, okay. So can I just say I really like where this season picked up.
Yep.
It's roughly about 4 days after the incident. Well, I would say incident. It's when the meeting with Kendall and Logan and Marcia and Marcia's son, and we find out that Kendall is about to be Logan's bitch. Essentially, that's
pretty much
what we've gathered. But we find Kendall in essentially a
fugue state.
Yeah, I mean,
really. Before we go into all the episodes, has your favorite character list adjusted, changed, maneuvered?
Roman, even though he's a sick little fuck this season, I like. I don't know. I really liked Roman a lot.
Yeah,
and then Kendall grew.
Kendall's my favorite character.
And I was going to say Kendall,
I didn't give him enough praise in the first season, but I realized from the fucking beginning of episode 1 of season 2, I realized like how much I like Kendall.
Yeah, me too.
Like every time he's in the episode, I'm like, yes, like Kendall.
my friend Maxwell really enjoys Shiv, and I was like, I just.
She's okay.
She's okay. For some reason, I can't get behind her, and I know I feel like I should be rooting for her, and I just can't. Kendall and Roman are the two that I'm like.
You shouldn't be. I don't really root for Roman either. I like Roman. I don't really root for him. I root for Kendall. Also, Greg gets bumped up.
Doesn't he though?
Greg gets bumped up.
Tom gets kind of bumped down.
Tom got bumped down. Kind of.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Tom is just lateral move for me.
Tom is stuck in a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Which we find out.
Yeah. Tom is a lateral move for me. Greg's
bumped up.
What a comedic relief that guy
is.
had.
He is in this
season.
Again,
I said in first season, he's kind of like, he's a little bit annoying and too persistent at the beginning. But I even said then that he does kind of ease into a character I don't mind.
Right.
And then that just kind of gets, exacerbated in season 2. So he gets, more just like a comic relief dude. Mm-hmm. He's not like super incessant.
Not annoying or anything, yeah.
So Greg got bumped up.
Shiv
is bumped down.
Jerry is kind of bumped up.
I love Jerry.
I
fucking love Jerry.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's pretty accurate movement of character list.
I like Logan more. Yeah. I like Logan more.
I don't know.
I do.
Don't know about him. Why do you like him more?
I think he's more involved in this one. Like he's involved in season 1, but there's more shades to him in this one.
Mm.
You get to see more of this, like he's a little unsure. He's not always in season 1. They kept that mystique for the most part, that he's always
got it all together.
Going,
he knows what the fuck's going on. Yeah.
But he's just as unsure as everyone else.
Yeah.
Finding a successor isn't him just being a dick. I mean, in a way it is, but he's also
legitimate.
He legitimate just doesn't know.
Rhea Jarrell over here, bro.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll talk about it in a second, but yeah, that's a good point with Logan. Yeah,
so I like Logan a little more.
There's a little bit more humanity to him this season.
Yeah,
and we get to go to like his home.
Exactly.
And he actually has that moment with his brother, and they're both just like, yeah, fuck this place.
Yeah, they flesh it out. They flesh him out, and it's good. It feels good.
It is nice.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So I kind of realized that, and I kind of started to feel for him a little bit more. I was like, yeah, man, like Logan's good. Like I like him.
I like the juxtaposition of in the first episode when they pull Kendall out, and they're like, we need you to make this statement. And then it's at the very end. Logan's like, hey man, we got to pull you out of this. We need you to make this statement. Yeah, I really liked how the beginning of the season kind of opened the same way, and then the season opened the same way.
Yeah, man.
It was if I remember correctly, honestly, in almost every episode of the season, like something happened that would progress forward the story, and I think that's overall with the Succession writing. But
yeah.
In each and it didn't feel like it was superfluous. Like we're just throwing shit to the fan to throw shit to the fan. It made sense in a way, right? We have the proxy battle going on with the takeover. So now Logan's trying to essentially get another company to help expand his portfolio, and so they go with.
He's trying to become too big to buy.
Yeah. He's trying to become too big to buy. Trying to.
And it's
convince
the Pierce
shareholders. So the Pierce family is what is considered to be the ideological difference to the Roy family. So with the Roy family, so the right side of the political spectrum, the Pierce family is the left side. I really love the line when Shiv is like, "No, I mean you guys go for the news, right?" And she's like, "I mean, like, yeah." And I kind of enjoyed that because I feel like that's such a telling part about the way our current.
No, it is right. Both sides feel like they're doing the news.
Right. Yeah.
That's the one thing from this season that's like beaten over the fucking head.
And
it's
I love. Yeah.
Both of them feel like they're
doing that. And Kendall was like, "You give the people what they need, and we just give them what they want." And I love that.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so telling of the human psyche and how we are as people. But I really like that. That was fun.
Yeah.
And also this whole cruise line situation with Lester McClintock, aka Mo.
Right.
Lester.
Which was talked about in season 1.
Literally
the cover up from Tom and Greg.
Right. Literally like straight up pulling an SVU like ripped from the headlines because that was a real story.
Yeah.
There was a cruise line and one of the higher execs were accused of, or allegedly, forcing women to sleep with them to extend their contracts as entertainers on the cruise. Yep. So this was they pulled one out of the SVU book and were like ripped from the headline.
Yeah, for sure. I mean it worked though.
It did. Yeah. And that's kind of the sick part. Everyone's like, yeah, I mean that could probably be like a real life thing that happened, and sure enough.
Yeah.
It's a real life thing that happened.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, like we said, it starts pretty early after season 1. You're pretty much right back into the swing of things.
But that's what I like. There's not a lot of there's not like enough time where you're like, what the fuck happened? But there's enough time where it's like, okay, this progression feels right.
Yeah.
As we come into the story with Kendall.
And so, I mean, early on, they're trying to they're talking like, who's gonna fucking take over again.
Mm-hmm.
It starts pretty much the same fucking way season 1 started. It's like
you have to name a successor.
Who's gonna be there, and that's when Shiv kind of gets
roped back in.
Yeah. Told that it's her.
It's her turn.
Yeah, she's picked. She's chosen. That obviously doesn't last very long.
No,
because it's the Roy family.
Well, it's also like with Shiv, like she's been so. For her, because she's not really in the business, but she's kind of in the right. So for her, it's been so easy to watch her brothers just make complete asses of themselves and trying to impress their father. And now it's her turn because she kind of got a little.
Well, it's her whole thing. It's like she didn't ever want to be in that scenario,
and now she's
But when it gets when it gets offered to her, it turns into this whole
like is this fucking serious?
Like well like. I can do this. I think Rhea, who's a new character in this, even says
she's the CEO
of Pierce, who says like, well, Shiv thinks she's smarter than she is,
which is so accurate.
And
I think,
and
we all know those people.
Right? I guess I would make a slight adjustment on saying like she thinks she has the right cards to play all the time, even though she necessarily doesn't. I think Shiv. I said in the season 1, she is the smartest.
Absolutely.
She is the smartest.
I don't think there's any doubt. There's no.
But it's the fact that, like you just mentioned, she's not in the fucking company. So she doesn't know the ins and outs. But she still approaches it like she knows the ins and out of that company. And it's like, well, you don't. Like, you may be totally capable and you are totally capable and intelligent and able to do that better than any of them.
Yeah.
But you don't want to. You don't want to learn the company first, and so you think you're smarter than you are.
Well, that's because I think it's just on a broader sense and kind of having some experience in this, but politics and business can be ran very similarly.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some nuances.
Yeah.
So if you don't know those nuances, I mean, Shiv has been a political consultant for like the past decade now.
Yeah.
And now she's all of a sudden about to be, leading one of corporate America's biggest entertainment conglomerates. And like it doesn't work like that, right?
Yeah, it's a big gap.
It's a huge gap.
Logan even said like, he put her on like a 3-year plan.
Yeah,
she just wasn't happy with it.
And Roman, which is funny because Roman's like management training, I guess.
Yeah.
And Jerry's like, no, you should do that.
Yeah.
And he gets fucking COO out of it,
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, Roman does kind of make a transition a little bit in this where it's like he wants to like make fun of it and act like he's not gaining anything from it, but he starts to make better decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually starts to make competent decisions rather than just like spitballing some stuff because he thinks he has it. Like,
I
think that's the one thing like all of them kind of do, is they all they feel like they got it. they're the competent one.
They're the one, yeah.
Yeah, but that again, season 1, like everyone has their game. Everyone's the competent one in their own world,
Can we? I was so heartbroken for Kendall. Actually, that whole kind of towards the end when they have to go to see mom because they have to secure her percentage essentially for Logan
3%.
And so she kind of just gives them all this shit about how they don't want to like come hang out with her and and then Kendall that night is like, Mom, I need to talk to you. Like, and he clearly looks distraught.
Yeah, he's holding that death real
because they did that earlier that day. They went and visited the family, and Mom's just like, "Can we like talk about it tomorrow?"
Yeah,
and then you're like, "Oh fuck!" And then fucking the next day, Mom's gone, and you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah. No, like
fuck. I thought you were the nice one of this whole entire situation.
Early on in the season, which by early on, it's like episode 4, 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're all hour long, so you're watching a lot. There's a lot of film in this. So bear with us if we jump around a lot. It's just like there's so much film in this. One person's story kind of obviously over each hour episode, one person's story kind of gets touched on. And, it's easy to talk about Kendall from one episode and all of a sudden now you're in the fucking finale. Because that's just his story arc in over the 1 hours. It's not
the 10 hours.
Yeah, it's not like, Euphoria. Euphoria was very like, this is this person, and you really learned a lot about one person in 1 hour. It is like a more traditional. All these story arcs are going on at the same time. You learn a little bit each episode. And I think early on, Kendall, Roman and Shiv are angry with him, obviously.
Pissed. Understandably so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't tell anyone what happened. He's not
He's probably still in shock,
really.
Honestly.
You're really not allowed to at this point.
No.
It's a cover up, so he can't even tell his brother and sister. But Logan and Kendall are, a little bit closer. Their rapport's better.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's like we already mentioned. It's mentioned in a piece of dialogue. It's like Logan likes you when you're subservient, essentially.
Yeah.
He likes you when you're down because you are more willing to play his game. And so,
relate to that. Anyways,
early on in the season, like episode 4 or something, Shiv asks him because she's kind of on the fence now whether or not she's really in because Kendall and Logan are so close, and Logan's asking Kendall to do stuff that maybe Shiv feels like she should do, and she asks him like, "So what's going on? Are you it?
Am I still? Yeah.
Are you in?" And I got water-eyed because Kendall just when he hugs her.
Oh, I cried. For sure. Yeah.
He finally kind of breaks down in that embrace.
Mm-hmm. And Shiv can tell too.
Yeah, Shiv kind of backs off of her normal interaction.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, are you okay? You just
obviously something's not right here. Yeah.
And
it was one of the more human moments in the
night. And he's just
great acting.
He's just I'm not it. Trust me.
Once Dad is done using me.
Yeah, he's like, if Dad didn't need me right now, I don't know what I'd be.
Which is accurate. And Kendall knows that
early
too.
on, it's accurate.
Yeah. And the fact that he realizes
which is what makes the finale so goddamn sweet.
I just got chills
because our boy's back.
Fucking comes through. Him and fucking Greg Egg.
Gregory. It's Gregory now.
Greg's like, gang, what's going on, you guys?
Oh god.
Damn it, Tim. God damn it. I'm gonna walk this paw. I'm gonna walk off. So before we get into it, which I guess we already have.
We're in it. Before we get further into that.
If your grandfather said you have to quit your job right now with your uncle, otherwise you're not getting any piece of this
$250 million.
$250 million trust that is for sure coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to do shit for it, my guy. You just gotta not work for my piece of shit brother.
Yeah.
Do you take the deal? Do you fucking tender that resignation right then and there? Like, yo, Logan, I'm done. That's it. I'm calling it.
Not with what Gregory's had. Not with his hand.
Not with
his hand.
Not with the cruise files.
No, he's good. He even takes a couple. He even takes a couple whenever
him and Tom are
reburning the copies. No, man, he
knew.
Not with his hand. And I think $250 million. I mean, that's hefty.
That's a hefty price right there. You don't have to do shit for the rest of your life.
Gregory even says it at one point. He's like, but he's sturdy as an ox. So like, who knows when
he might change his mind.
Who knows when he's gonna die? He might change his mind. But my mom said that I get like $5 million out of the whole thing, so that's good.
And then like how Connor's like,
yeah, they're like $5 million.
Nah,
it's nothing, man. You're the Porsche rich guy. You're the shortest giant. Can't do anything with that.
It's oxymorons in your
Yeah.
Greg's like, what?
Dude,
and I'm like, $5 million? Like, I'd be set for life.
Any jackass can make a couple $1 million, hell. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What do you think we're doing in this sheet-covered, bed-ridden fucking sound studio I made in my goddamn apartment?
Any idiot can make $1 million.
Any idiot can make $1 million. Jesus.
It's not that hard. What are you guys doing out there not making $1 million?
Yeah.
Tax not included.
That's why I said Greg, man. Gregory, man. He moved up for me.
He did. No, I like the way. And
he's also really funny. What's that little group he was talking with?
Some YoPros, man.
They didn't go back to it, man.
No. But Greg's making his way around it's inclined that Greg's making his way around the office. He's got a little group going.
He's moving, man. He's
making moves. He's the executive assistant to Tom Mom's Games, and he's like, hey, man. Which honestly, it's a pretty cush deal.
Yeah.
How do I apply to be that?
Yeah, he's living in that. Kendall gave him an apartment.
Kendall was nice enough to give him a sick ass apartment.
Yeah.
He has a sweet office.
Sick ass apartment.
That is my buddy, like, I just bought these units from him.
Yeah,
you're fine, dude. Until I find someone to actually buy it. And it's
they bought the real estate expecting it to move faster than it did, and it didn't. So whatever, bro. You can stay here, man. Yeah, until the real estate pushes, you can stay here. It's not a big deal, bro. And he goes, but we are gonna throw a party next weekend if that's
drowning in pussy is what Kendall.
Yeah, drowning in pussy.
Kendall does have 2, 3.
Yeah.
No, just 2.
Naomi's
the bae, though.
She's the one.
She is the one. Logan hates it.
She is his fire.
Okay. Okay, Tim.
Okay. But that's Greg. That's Kendall. Let's talk a little bit more about Shiv. We mentioned her. Shiv gets
anxious.
We usually just I mean, obviously this is unscripted. It's the most nonsensical bullshit ever, but I like the thing that we just did. We're going by character now. I'm changing
Smart.
We're going by character.
You guys caught that shit first.
Yeah. So we did it in Euphoria. We're doing it again.
We did do it in Euphoria.
But again, it's structured that way, so whatever. Shiv. Shiv gets told she's gonna be the.
You're gonna be the next.
She's gonna
bitch.
be the bee's knees,
You're
man.
You're gonna be the one. You're gonna be top dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she's
gonna be the cat's pajamas.
She shoots herself in the foot. She starts second guessing herself.
Right.
Starts acting insane. So she fucks herself in the Pierce meeting, or when they go to
the Pierce's house.
Yeah,
Turnhavern.
And it's I think that's episode. I actually think
3.
it might be okay. Is
2?
it really fucking episode 3?
It's early. It's early.
Double check. So the shit hit the fan pretty early then. That's insane. Okay.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. By episode 4 or whatever,
shit's already hitting the fan.
When she's like talking to Kendall and Kendall kind of breaks down, like she's completely in distress. Like she doesn't know what's going on.
No. She feels super out of the loop.
Yep.
And again, she's kind of concerned because Kendall seems to be in the pocket of Logan. Roman's doing things.
She's like, she makes a joke or whatever about the Pierce by one-on-one with Logan, and she's like, my baby soon, and like trying to be playful, and Logan just doesn't.
He's not biting.
You know what I mean?
He's like, absolutely not.
Van Damme.
Turnhavern.
The Dane Cook bit right there, boys.
Yeah, that's it right there. 2.5 is actually the 5th episode.
Wow.
So it makes
well,
sense.
I suck ass at
no.
episode structure.
It makes sense, though, because shit hits the fan in that episode.
No, yeah, it does.
So,
episode 5.
So episode 3 was Bore on the Floor.
Bore on the Floor.
Bore on the Floor. Hell of a game, by the way.
Yeah. No, Shiv, man, like, so that kind of happens early on, and then it's just like, she loses it. You know what I mean?
So not only, so I think this is a good place. So Shiv not only loses control of her professional life, but she also starts losing control of her personal life as well.
100%.
So in the season finale, just kind of,
she's already kind of addicted to Tom, but like,
so she wants to have her cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And I think it's disguised as this like
open relationship.
But I frankly think she doesn't want to fuck Tom. She loves him, but not really loves him.
That's the thing about, like, that's why I don't like Shiv. I think she's
she's
selfish.
She's super selfish.
Like, everyone is selfish, but like she is she's like
ultra selfish,
hurtfully selfish.
Well, it's
like Tom is too nice, even if he's a dick, there's a party that wants to root for Tom. In a way,
there's multiple.
At least for me, no. I want to root for Tom, or I just want Tom to be like. Again, sorry for the thuds. We're amateurs. I want
AAA down here.
Yeah, I want to root for Tom, and she just takes advantage of him.
She all the time. She takes advantage of him, and it's shitty because Tom.
It is, but she you know, like Rhea's moving. You know, so
yeah, Rhea Jarrell. What the? That was a wild
Rhea
card
Jarrell,
this season.
like she's CEO of Pierce.
Pierce, yep.
However, she's playing her cards too closely with Logan.
Mm-hmm.
And so she, you know, she gets fired as CEO of Pierce.
Taking in a meeting.
This will tie into Shiv. Don't worry, but Shiv doesn't like her from the get-go. But Shiv turns into this like. She's so obsessive about like trying to like keeping her spot.
Yeah.
That like it does turn into like literally everyone around her like I think you just need to like fucking chill. Like what like what's your fucking angle? Like why are you so threatened by this? Because everyone else is like whatever, dude. Like that's how Dad is, you know? Like
yeah, everyone's super nonchalant about it actually.
He gets his fucking
rocks off.
Yeah, gets his dick wet, you know? It's fine.
Dude, I died. Side note when Marsha was like,
real quick, where the fuck's Marsha?
So
we were totally off base. I feel like we're totally off base. Season 1, we were like, she's got some shit going on,
and then we didn't hear anything from her.
She's
entire season.
So absent,
which makes me think that in season 3, she's done something that will hit the fan. Because
that's what we said about season 1, and I don't know, man. Like,
did we just drop that storyline? Were they just like, maybe not?
It kind of feels like
I don't know, though, because Shiv went up to Marsha and was like, we have similar...
True. That's a good note.
So I don't know if maybe that's going to play up later on.
That's a good note.
Does she have a board seat? What is Marsha...
She doesn't.
Okay.
But Logan was talking about tying her in. That's what season 1 kind of was.
Right. And like I said, like her son is now head of some department in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it just threw me off when she was.
It kind of felt weird without her. It felt very off.
Oh yeah, but maybe that's what they were trying to.
Logan does mention later on that he misses her.
Exactly, and like he wakes up and notices like he feels weird because the pan over and he's alone in bed, and it's like not because he misses.
When she came up to Rhea,
that's what I'm saying, and she's just like, "So are you clean?
Do you regularly get tested?"
And I was like, "Did I just hear that? Did I just hear that properly?"
Rhea didn't even know how to think after that.
No, it was hilarious.
It's amazing.
But I think that's
maybe
in real life. Right. No, in real life though, if someone came up to you and were like, "So I know you're fucking someone that I sleep with on a regular basis.
Right.
Are you clean?"
Right.
I would probably have the same reaction. Be like, "That's so we're not what."
I feel that. Yeah.
But I thought that was great. I really enjoyed that. It was funny. Yeah. The one of the few moments that we have with Marsha this season. But yeah, so Rhea Jarrell comes in.
Right.
Pretty much kind of fucks Shiv.
She does. Well,
but then Shiv kind of fucks back and it works out.
Well, I don't know. She fucks Shiv because Logan has already kind of like decided Shiv's losing it. So, no. Yeah, I don't. That's a good point. Oh God, that's a good point. Jesus, amateurs, boy. That's a good point. I don't know if does it. What do you think? Do you think that was Shiv's whole thing? So Rhea gets real close. With Logan, she gets announced as the successor. And there's a point. So there's a point where Rhea offers Siobhan the CEO spot of Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously she's not with Pierce, things end on a bad note, but
they lean ideologically the same way.
Yeah, like it's very like it seems like a fit.
Seems like a good fit for sure.
And Siobhan says I'll have to think about it, but then the only reason why Ray even mentioned it was because Logan was like, it's a touchy subject, but how do we get Siobhan off of thinking she's got the spot? And that's how they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Gave her an offer. She thought about it. So then Logan could then use it as ammo.
Yep.
To kind of like flex on her and be like, listen, like you're fucking looking around, so fuck you.
Right. Right.
Then there's a point where Logan doesn't know if he is being fleeced or not by Rhea.
Right.
And Shiv is like, you can't second guess yourself now, man. You gotta go for it.
You gotta fucking do it now, yeah.
Do you think that was like, do you think that she knew that she wasn't gonna, Rhea wasn't, because Rhea pretty much walks away after the first goddamn like breakout of the cruise thing.
Because I was about to say, because at this point
she did know.
Shiv knows that this cruise thing is about to hit the fan.
Yeah, it's blown up.
And she's just like, yeah, put Rhea there. Don't put one of us there.
Yeah.
Put an expendable there.
Yeah.
And Rhea, pretty much, we find out she agrees to stay on until they have the meeting with the shareholders and all that good stuff, right?
And yeah.
I want to say that that's why Shiv was okay with being like, yeah, you should do that.
It feels like it a little bit. It's like,
I feel it, yeah.
Not even her as an expendable, but just to scare her away.
Right.
Like, she's not going to be able to handle the fucking shit we do.
Exactly. Which was right.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm not about this life. And Logan's
yeah,
like,
no.
It sucks to suck, dude. This is what I roll with. So if you're not about it, that's fine. This is what I cruise with.
Yeah.
Ha.
Ha.
Ha. Anyways. Yeah, no, Ray was out of the picture. It was funny though. I did kind of enjoy the little moments of Roman and Kendall being like, yo, is dad fucking her? Like,
yeah.
Dude, go wake him up. Like,
when the article drops, and he's like, well, you can go in there and wake him. Roman's like, you can go in there and wake him up. You'll just see dad fucking.
I enjoyed that. It was a good sibling moment right there.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you.
Speaking of Roman.
Romulus.
We mentioned.
Yeah.
Rome's weird sexual or lack thereof with his partners.
Yeah, he wanted his girlfriend to be dead.
So,
yeah.
You find out in this season, it's not even he likes to be belittled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He finds that kinky. He doesn't like the romantic stuff.
I wonder if it's because his entire life people were probably just essentially sucking his dick, like.
I don't know.
Oh, you're Logan Roy's son? Like, here.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He went to military school, right?
Something like that.
You find out.
I don't know what it is, but
he loves that shit.
You kind of find that out.
Yeah.
Who gives that to him? Who gives that to him?
Our general counsel, Miss fucking Jerry over there.
Fuck yeah, she does.
Booty calling and everything, and she loves it too.
Dude,
which I loved. I loved that she was about it too. Yeah, I love that.
So Rome and Jerry are,
and she's legitimately looking out for him
too. Yeah, Rome and Jerry are kind of like throughout the season.
Weirdly
they kind of get
but not fucking.
But they kind of before that happens, they're kind of like she's kind of helping him out.
Yeah.
Telling him like you need to do
Hit
this.
up the management training program.
You need to do
this. The things you need to do to impress your dad. Yes.
So
genuine, resource.
Rome gets off the phone. This is the first time this kind of breaks out. There was a moment where he even said like, he goes, Jerry, I'd fuck you right now if like whatever. And he's being Rome. So he kind of like, he kind of mentions it.
He opens the door.
Yeah. And everything about Rome is a joke. So like as an audience member, you just kind of giggle and move on about your day.
Yeah. Turns out
No, so like he gets off the phone with his girlfriend, who I love.
Yeah, she's great.
She's awesome. She's
fun.
funny. She's
great.
deadpan.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah, no, I like her.
And they're gonna do phone sex because he's kind of off doing his fucking management training. And she's getting a little sensual and doing like the breathy voice and like the whole thing, and he's just not in it.
I love it.
And they get in a little argument, and he's like, "Oh God, I'm coming all over you," and hangs up. Because they're like arguing, he just wants to end the conversation. So he hangs up, and he calls Jerry, and he's just updating her on everything, and
trying to find out what's going on. Get a little update.
Yeah, whatever. He's being a little. He's a little dirty, and she's just. They're kind of like playing off each other
a little bit, yeah.
And then he actually starts to masturbate, and he's like, "Well, maybe I fucking will," and he like starts to do it, and like you can hear it, and he gets into it, and she's like, "You actually fucking are doing it,"
and she kind of loves it.
She takes a breath, and then she starts to like actually like doing the whole like you're a pathetic piece of shit, like making him get into it more. And that happens for the rest of the fucking season.
And you're like,
and I love every goddamn second of it.
Because there's at one point, they're somewhere. Oh, they're at the Pierce house.
Yep.
Turnhavern.
Yep, they're at the Pierce house.
This episode obviously is the turning point. So if you're gonna watch any episode in this season, it sounds like Turnhavern is the one to watch.
Watch Turnhavern and be lost.
And be
why are all these people? Why is he masturbating on the door? I don't understand.
Yeah. So. Roman and his girlfriend, he's like, "Come on, let's fuck. Let's just do it." And she's like, "What? Like,
right?
Are you sure you wanna?" And it doesn't work out.
Right.
Fizzles out because she doesn't want to play dead.
She turns the lights on.
She wants to turn the lights on, and he's like, "No, Edward."
He's like, "I just fucking want you to
be more dead."
Dead.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And so then she's like, "If you hear my toothbrush go on longer than it does because I'm masturbating."
Yeah. Again, she's amazing.
I love it. And he's like, "Okay." And so then he just goes to Jerry.
Yeah. And
then somehow, some way, he ends up masturbating.
Well, that was his whole agenda, was to like get in there. Yeah.
She's like, I love it. She's like, "Is this a booty call?"
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's amazing, man.
Their relationship is great,
it's
and you're oddly rooting for it. And she definitely sticks up for him at some points too. And
he makes a joke about like, should we get married? Not like a real marriage. He'd be like, well, she's like, what? And he's like, okay, fine, not a marriage. Like whatever. I fucking die or whatever, and you can just fucking like, we could be a team. I don't know.
I don't know. And then
that's Roman's tempo, right?
Yeah, that is. You nailed it right there. I didn't know if that's Culkin on the other side or if that was Tim on the other side there.
Yeah.
Because I can't see. There's a wall. No, I'm just kidding.
It's brilliant.
I know it's Tim. No, yeah, I love their relationship and their banter and their their interactions that they have with each other. Because at the end of the day, Jerry legitimately cares for.
Also, why have we not mentioned that? That's who plays Roman.
Oh yeah, by the way, it's Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's little brother.
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't pick up on the Culkin thing.
Yeah. Well, you said McCulkin, and it's like, oh, is Macaulay Culkin in this? No.
No. The other one. The little one.
He's incredible, man.
He's besides Brian Cox and
well, let me also say, like, Macaulay Culkin's in his own right incredible.
Yeah.
Not like just as a person. Like, they're great, man. Like, they're great. Like, Macaulay Culkin's like doing his own like wrestling thing. He's fucking hilarious. He's got his own thing going on with his like website and shit. Not to make it about Macaulay Culkin, but like
the other Culkin, man. We're talking about the other brother.
No, his brother's great, and he's super funny in this, and easily is one of the biggest comic reliefs of the whole thing. He
runs a deal with terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, another sign of maturity. Roman ends up like doing this deal. He gets stuck in a sticky stitch. I thought something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought something bad was about to happen. The hostage situation.
And so they leave, and the banker that like does all their shit with them is like, yeah, no, the kid did great, and this is like when they're on the yacht or whatever, and like, they're all doing well, and they're he did wonderful, and it's a great deal. And it's like a $10 billion acquisition, and like we're going private, things like that. And this is again all to like the Pierce deal falls out, so they're all just trying to like. Get to a point of survival.
At this point, yeah.
And then Roman's like, I just don't trust it. And so, good judgment by Roman. Good judgment
like,
by that
maturity
guy.
than growth there, because he could have been like, yeah, Dad, we got it in the bag. It's cool.
Right. And that's the finale happens on the yacht. Like,
which is a great setting, by the way.
They're all on this. Yeah, they're on this yacht, and they're
after the DC hearings.
After the DC hearings, and they got, they're just trying to figure out. Logan. Here's the thing. My first thought. So Logan, we've touched on him a little bit. You kind of learn about he becomes more of a human. You learn about his kind of fucked up past.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to Ireland, and he has his his whole like where he kind of grew up, things like that, and
that was cool. Yeah.
You can tell he struggles.
Yeah.
Being there because he clearly had some like fucked up things happen to him. You find out all this shit about Logan. And all this stuff that's going on with Kendall and Logan at the same time. And there's a moment where he's talking to Shiv, and he's like, we're going to have to, it's so bad, this cruise thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to,
there's got to be
they're going to have to go to blood. They're going to get some blood.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
When he said that, I immediately thought of Kendall.
Oh, yeah. Immediately. There was no doubt it was going to be Kendall. From that moment on, it was like, okay.
It's going to be Kendall.
Kendall's fucked. Yeah.
But
this was his
you see
purpose.
you see his list, and it's a list of like Jerry circled, Banker circled. Like there's Carl. Like there's a lot of people that are circled, and it's like it's pretty much all these other players that have been in the management team for a while. But like he said blood, so we all know. We all
knew. We all knew what that meant.
There's even a point where Logan's like, thinking maybe he should.
He should put his name out there.
If that's genuine, I don't know, but he says it, and that's it's weird to hear that from Logan.
Mm-hmm. He's like, should I? And everyone's like, no, don't worry about it.
He's a mastermind.
He
owns really
it.
Is.
He owns it. Yeah.
He's your man. Yeah. Which we'll end about with Kendall. We didn't finish Kendall's thing, but there's a reason.
Where Kendall fucking comes through.
And there's a reason. So again, we said Tom kind of did a lateral move, maybe dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
Tom's story in season 2 is, man, he's kind of a victim this whole season.
He gets shit on this season. Yeah.
He really is. And it's in part due to his, tomfoolery.
Oh my gosh. You're right, though. That's a great way to put that. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
And I think, so like a part of you feels bad, another part of you is like, well, yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
He's kind of a doormat.
Yeah.
And he does it kind of to himself.
Shiv shits on him. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone shits on him.
It's like, it's funny because like, it's funny how it feels like Greg is somehow beneath him and above him at the same time.
That's a great way to put that.
Yeah.
Like when that scene in the safe room and Tom's pelting Greg.
Yeah.
Because Tom's pretty much a few weeks ago, he was just dealt the news that his wife doesn't want to be in an exclusive relationship with him.
On his wedding night.
And then his executive assistant, his top guy, is like, man, maybe can I go explore other aspects of this business besides ATN?
People just are leaving Tom.
Yeah. And Tom's pissed.
Yeah,
this is not
because Tom wants to be.
He wants to be the guy.
He wants to be. Yeah, I mean, he wants to not just be the guy. He wants to be in. He wants to be, he wants to fit in just like the rest of them. Yeah. He wants to be rich. He wants to be all of that, and he is. But like he didn't. He wasn't. So like it feels.
It's like what Shiv said, right? He's family, but he's not family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucked up, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shiv sits on, and that's the worst. That's what makes me feel for Tom.
Same.
Is when his fucking
wife
Shiv
doesn't even put up.
His wife
multiple
doesn't
times
even
throughout the season.
Multiple times.
At one point, she even throws him under the bus when they're talking about who's the head to sacrifice. She's like, well, technically, Tom kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, I'm defending you. And what?
And he's like, and Tom's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then she's like, what do you mean? How do I move? And it's like, fuck you, Shiv.
And
you know how you move.
And at the the Congress hearing, Tom gets fucking thrown way under. Way under. He becomes like
Word
the
vomit.
fucking the body bag of it all. So I mean,
And they even made a joke about that because Tom did such a bad job that people just talked about how bad of a job he did that they forgot about everything else about it. Yeah. Which is, again, another shitty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tom.
Yeah.
And then Logan lets Kendall know that he's going to be the blood sacrifice. And Kendall's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do this. And then he takes Greg with him. And when he takes Greg with him, when Kendall and Greg hop on that elevator, on the helicopter, I'm like,
yeah.
There's a little inkling of like, are they about to?
The jet. I think it was a jet at that point.
Whatever. Okay.
Whatever.
Tim, whatever.
I'm splitting
Stop
hairs.
with the tomfoolery, okay?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
I'll walk out now.
Yeah, we thought the tomfoolery bit was bad.
They get in the car, go on the way to the press conference. Carolina hands him a statement. Hey, here you go. You got it. You're good. Kendall's like, yeah, I got it. I'm good. Let's do this. Let's knock this out. And he starts doing a speech, and then it's this great speech, and then all of a sudden he's pretty much just like, it's laughable to think that my dad doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Like, he wouldn't know about paying out these people and this money and all this other stuff.
He's like, I've been told to make this speech because I'm going to take the brunt of this all.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm here to say that
that's actually not what happened.
Here's my favorite part about the whole
fanciful.
thing.
Yeah.
Shiv's pissed.
Shiv is super
Rome's pissed. Logan smiles.
Logan's happy. Which makes me wonder, did Logan think this? Do you think Kendall?
Logan had no clue.
Do you think Kendall had that killer instinct? That's what it was.
That's exactly why Logan smiled. So before Kendall is gone and out and about, they're still on the yacht, and Logan breaks the news to him. You got to be the guy.
You got to be the fall guy.
You got to be the skull.
There's no doubt. There's no way around it.
And Kendall finally just asked, like, well, do you, at any point, because he's about to go to prison, and he's like, at any point, what did you think I could do this? Like, what was it that made you think I couldn't? And he's just trying to get, like, a genuine response from his dad. He's about to go to prison, so fucking you can tell me. And Logan's just like, you just didn't have that killer instinct. And so when he gets in front of everyone and kills his fucking dad.
Literally.
Logan smiles. Like, what a fucking move.
Because that's what Logan would do.
Yeah, Logan didn't know. But exactly. That was exactly what Logan would have done.
Which.
He wouldn't just bend over and fucking go to prison.
It's kind of crazy to me that he didn't find out that there weren't any copies of the files.
Yeah.
Like, no one thought, I don't know. I guess Tom was like, we got rid of all of them. And Greg was like, actually.
Yep.
Top secret. But yeah, so Kendall just dagger.
Yeah.
And is like, this is what happened. I'll have a press conference in a few days. We'll talk about all this.
And that's the thing. It's a note to say, like, Kendall's been in a different place this entire season.
Yes.
He's lost. At points, you think he's going to commit suicide.
Yeah.
You don't even know if Kendall's going to make it through the fucking season.
No, you don't. You really don't, yeah.
Like, and I don't think you ever really see him slowly, like, come back to himself. Mm-mm. You see him start to, like, indulge a little bit more in, like, women.
Mm-hmm.
But that sort of just feels like he's drowning shit out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, but that speech was like,
oh,
that's Kendall.
It got
that's
me hyped,
Kendall
dude.
at the beginning of season 1.
Yes.
When he's just like, I'm the fucking man. I can fucking do this.
Yes.
Like,
yes. It was super satisfying to watch that.
Kendall, and it's so fucking delicious.
Full circle. Yeah.
So delicious.
I loved it.
What a pie.
And Greg's just like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. What a fucking pie to eat. It was so good.
Season 2 was great, honestly, across the board. I can't really ask for. Once I finished the finale, I was like, so when's season 3?
Yeah.
I have to wait how long?
I was so hyped by the end of the finale. I was hyped.
Oh yeah.
It was so good. It was fucking. I was in it. I was in it to win it. You know, I was like, all right.
You and Kendall both.
Put on the next season. It's not out yet. Season finale aired on fucking Sunday or some shit, so it's not gonna be out for like another year.
I know.
So it'll be fun. But yeah, it's good, man. I enjoyed it. Better than season 1?
Definitely. Yeah. You got into a little bit more, so I would say season 2 was better than season 1.
They had another family moment.
Yeah, at the end.
On the yacht, yeah.
Yes.
It's just them fucking around. Roman like makes a joke, or not even makes a joke. Roman's like being serious, and like Shiv and Kendall start to like impersonate it. But yeah, you know, it was good. Next time on So You.
Next time.